All right, Abzan, for those not familiar or newer to Magic, refers to this color combination of green, white, and black in Human Rabbit. Thank you for the very generous Tier 3 resub. I appreciate the 5 months. Welcome back. So, we had played green-white enchantments on stream to middling results last time we played it. And one of the things that beat us up was Field of the Dead, even though there's been a little bit less of that on the ladder recently, which we've talked about. But past that, we also had just kind of a rough control matchup. So in addition to Virulent Plague out of the sideboard in a mostly green-white enchantments deck, we're also gaining Brain Maggot in the main deck as an enchantment creature that can trigger our Enchantments Matters cards while also being a little bit of main deck disruption, which is nice. And then I've also loaded up 4 copies of Agonizing Remorse here in the sideboard to have 8 ways post-board to kind of poke through the hand of interactive decks with discard spells. So let's go ahead and hop on into some historic matches with this and see how it goes. All right, I think I'm gonna bottom the Sentinel's Eyes here. Yes, yes it is, Chuki. All right, what you got? Show me what you're working with. Blast Zone's pretty annoying. He's got a couple different converted mana costs on threats, though. Yeah, definitely an Nexus deck. Agree. This is a matchup where having a bunch of discard spells on our sideboard should be good. Might see them crank Blast Zone to 3 here. Could also see them just blow it on 2 to get their intervention back, but Champion draws us a lot of cards, so it depends. Depends on whether or not they prioritize slowing us down or forwarding their game plan. If they prioritize forwarding their game plan, we'll see them kill the Brain Maggot here. If they want to prioritize slowing us down and stopping our velocity, they'll kill Champion. Because they can pump this up to a 3rd counter and then untap it here. Just gonna take a trip on their wild ride. Yeah, Brain Maggot and Remorse are also both cards that take cards out of their hand while they have Tameo in play, which is nice. So, like, opponent is super far away from actually, like, full comboing here, so we just, like, get to sit here while they play with themselves. Do you think it's okay to show my opponent playing with themselves on Twitch, or is my channel gonna get flagged for this? Do we know when the Ikiora set is going to drop? Yes, Ikiora will release for everyone on Thursday next week. It'll be available to watch these select chosen few on Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe. But digitally for Magic Arena and Magic Online, it'll be available for all of us on Thursday next week. Which likely means my days off will be different next week. So I've been taking Tuesday and Friday off. Or sorry, not next week, 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks. I'm ahead of myself. It's definitely not next week. 17th, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow. 2 weeks from, yeah, 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah, it's a standard normal set release. I think the month delays for paper are very optimistic dates. I would be very surprised if we're okay to start holding paper tournaments again in that time frame. All right, I'm going to play out Season of Growth and Paradise Druid here. Obviously, they could blow Blast Zone, but if they blow Blast Zone on 2, they're killing their search as well, so I think I'm okay with that. They're still pretty far off of flipping this, so we'll get a few turns with our 2-drops if they don't want to trade their Blast Zone and their search for my board. Yes, most states, most places in the world won't reach their peak for COVID cases for another month to 2 months. And the US is even further behind a lot of places in Europe. Like, this was in Europe before it was in the US, so those places will peak sooner. And as always, it's good just to get the general reminder / jab in there that the Trump administration's failure to respond appropriately is going to make all of this take much longer to get sorted through in the United States. Had the Trump admin begun preparing in January, like other countries like Korea and the Democrats wanted him to, we would have been better off in all of this. Gosh, they hit Nexus of Fate. Gross. They need 2 more cards in their bin. If they cast Root Snare here, they could flip Search for Azcanta. Yeah, I think this play's correct on their part. Yeah, it's just usually when Trump lies, his lies don't kill people this directly. Usually there's more back and forth and bouncing around. If I hadn't already cut most Trump supporters out of my life before this, I definitely don't think I could stomach keeping any of them around after it. It's just so heinous. Like, everything about this administration is heinous. Yes, yeah, the reality is Canada's probably gonna need to keep their borders closed for longer than for a while. Yeah, we're probably we're dead here. Yeah. This can exile enchantments, so it can take what's it called off the table, so I'm gonna board that in. This can be removal. I think Mask is a little slow and clunky here. I don't want card advantage from Season of Growth. I just want Disruption in to beat them down. Thoughts on protecting seasons by sacking the Alseid? That's not how protection works, Cody. And even if it was how protection works, this can't protect from colorless. So protection doesn't protect from generic destroy effects like that. And Blast Zone is colorless on top of that, even if it did. So that doesn't work for 2 different reasons. No, it's protection. I think I'd rather have Eyes than Training. Nah, Training replaces itself. It's probably better. Gabe Bellini, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Oglandia. Thanks for keeping me around. Day 9 is a treasurer. His Twitter's great. If you don't follow Sean on Twitter, it's a good follow. I think I keep this. It's got this to make white mana. It's got this for a little bit of disruption. Seems reasonable. I did good. I think I want to get Druid down before I play Brain Maggot here. Playing the Druid means that if I draw a land next turn, I can go 2 2-mana spells, which would be ideal. Although it does mean they get to do this before I can take it away, which is a little unfortunate. Man, Blast Zone is just so brutal. So they'll probably get interventioned to keep me out of their hand. We'll smack them for 4. I think it's correct to attack for the extra 2 rather than Blessing here. Oh, that's true. This one does give indestructible, right? So this can protect from Blast Zone down the line. It's a good call. Can save this. Do I have any good standard budget decks? I mean, mono red doesn't take that many mythics, right? Oh god, Robber of the Rich is a mythic, isn't it? That's so gross. King Koopa, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, even non-budget brews really feel like they struggle in the current standard environment. Yeah, Robber and Cleaver both mythic. I like how they moused over the Iliad. They're like, yeah, this is what I want to do. All right, you do you. Rancor. Rancor would be a pretty pushed card. I'm not sure, like, I don't know that Rancor would be a good print into Historic right now, just because I think Groll is in contention for one of the best decks in the format as is. And Rancor, especially with Embercleave. Oh, I didn't hold up. I don't have white mana. I'm gonna try it again. Let's try and play a game where we can draw some lands. Let's stand up. Hey, Belden, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Geist of Saint Trash. Yeah, Geist would probably be a fine print into the format. That card's pretty bad against Field of the Dead. 3 lands, all our colors. Snap it off. It's a sneepa keepa do 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 keep up do 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 do. It's another Nexus deck. I swear the arena ladder like packs the matches in unison. Like we hadn't played against Nexus in the first like 2 hours we were playing Historic today, and now it's just like 2 in a row. I think it is Beansy, and it's such a great response. Polarium has, they seem to have a good sense of humor. It's basically just an extra login reward for the next 12 days. In. Oh, I should have stacked these the other way, right? Because I lost a scry one there. Swords to Plowshares or Path to Exiles. In my opinion, hyper efficient removal like Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile is bad. Cards like that and like Lightning Bolt, Deccan Stone would be the removal spell I'd like to see printed. It's a removal spell that's good against Field of the Dead, but also has a real cost associated with it. Hey, thanks for the 19 months, Vixed. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Removal spells that are like always easily. This is the. I'm gonna concede the match. I don't want to play against this. Life is short and I'm bored. Removal spells that are always deterministically the best thing tend to be dry and tend to reduce deck building. I think Fatal Push is pretty okay. I think in a format without proper fetch lands, Fatal Push is a real drawback. Yes, Fatal Push is not triggered by cycle. How do we know we're getting Fatal Push in Historic? Well, eventually, Historic will be Pioneer Plus. Pioneer will eventually be on Magic Arena, and Historic will be all of the cards in Pioneer, plus extra cards added directly to Historic. Okay. Looks like we're playing against Citadel, or at the very least some kind of Field of the Dead deck. Probably some kind of Golos Field deck. Might get in a little bit of trouble for waiting to Brain Maggot, but I think I want to get my giant creature going. That means Historic will become a combo mess like Pioneer. Not guaranteed. So again, and this is something that's really important, my frustrations with Pioneer aren't just the types of decks that are legal, so much as it's also the management of the format itself at a fundamental level. And the fact that they've unbanned cards in this format that were suspended instead of just banning them all gives me hope that Historic is going to be managed in a different way than Pioneer's been managed so far. There are a number of cards that are legal in both, that are legal in Historic currently, that are banned in Pioneer right now, including Field of the Dead. I would love for 4-mana Kaya to be printed into Historic. I think that would be a stellar addition to the format. Yes, that's the conspiracy, Tamio. Yes, Ghost Assassin. Super, super unique and interesting design. So, I'm not prioritizing Brain Maggoting this turn because they're like almost assuredly just going to be Golosing next turn. Our lack of lifelink here seems like a real challenge. We played Bant Enchantments in Historic a little bit, and it felt pretty reasonable because it gets to play the blue-white enchantment that gives lifelink. That could be a reasonable thing to play in this build as well. I'm not sure that the black cards are better than that splash. Staggering Insight, yeah, that's the one. So the problem with Sorin is that this deck that we're playing is a deck that needs two very specific parts. It needs creatures to put enchantments on and enchantments to put on those creatures. And Sorin is neither of those things. And every deck card that you put into a deck like this that doesn't fill the specific role that you're looking to fill comes at a super real cost. Now, I think Once Upon a Time and Veil of Summer were likely the problems. You know, I basically just can't win at this point, right? I just don't have a lifelink enchantment to go get. If I had a lifelink enchantment, we could maybe select through a little bit, but even then, the Golus is going to sit there and beat us down. So, Virulent Plague, obviously great here. Remorse, maybe. Can't really cut creature threats, right? I guess this doesn't really protect me all that well. Get a couple of these in here. Let's try this. Return kills Golos and Dryad. That's an interesting thought. Another question is, though, like, how interactive do I want to be? Like, am I winning games where I'm spending my resources killing their stuff? Yeah, Daybreak Coronet or, what was the reprint of Armadillo Cloak that actually gives lifelink? I forget. Unflinching Courage, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Armadillo Cloak still reads, when this creature deals damage, you gain life as a triggered effect. Format needs Dryad Arbor and Slippery Bolt. I don't know about that one. Probably put these enchant creatures on Adanto Vanguard, so that way you can attack through a 2/4 here. I see them kill Champion in response here. That's unfortunate. Can you stack that with lifelink? You can, actually. Alright, down to 10. That's true. Dryad Arbor is a lot worse in a format without fetches. Well, that was a phenomenal draw. So we get to do this and then kill them. Assuming they don't have, like, a bounce spell here. I guess they could have, like, a disenchant. They're gonna kill my all that glitters. Deal. Are they dead? They're not quite dead, right? They're going to 2, I think. Yeah. Crunch. Go. Adanto Vanguard looking stellar with its indestructibility here. Gift of the Orzhov. Yeah, that would be a fine one too. Gift would be a reasonable one. Do I want Return to Nature? I think chat's right that I do. I think I do. Especially on the draw where they're more likely to get their stuff on the board. You think the Cycle of Titans would be too much for Historic? Yeah. Primeval Titan's not okay. Just for anybody else out there. Yeah, if we could redesign the Green Titan to not be stupid, it would be fine. But Primeval Titan is a design mistake. Could we just, if we turn Primeval Titan and just add the word basic to its text box, it's automatically fine, right? Anybody think that card's anything other than fine if we just add the word basic to its text box? Is there something I'm missing? I feel like that's it, right? That's all you need? Probably not even playable. Yeah, likely. I think you're right. I don't think one land is okay. I think there's a chance that if it gets one land of any type, it's probably still too good. Yeah, I heard dig. I feel like these states where their hospitals are hitting capacity before they issue its stay-at-home orders, things are likely to get very bad there. Because, like, everything with this having, like, the 2-week delay on symptoms with the lead-up, that has to mean that, like, what they get hit with after has to be... This whole thing's a mess. Do I need to prioritize... like, can I just, like, play this other Setessan Champion here and, like, play a Sentinel's Eyes? Like, they're still 2 colors off of activating this. They're not Field of the Deading yet. Yeah, I'm gonna be greedy for a turn. I'm just gonna do this. You do not get the card when you buy a card style, no. In fact, if you look on the card styles, they all say this is not a card. This is a card style. kind of expecting that to happen. They don't have a lot going on here, and like Return to Nature looking really good. These two Virulent Plagues in hand, looking to make their fields not be super great. Dust to dust, little Golos, dust to dust. I should not play out the second plague because I should be playing around Maelstrom Pulse. So I'm gonna hold off on that for now. Oh gosh, they draw a removal spell? That's super unfortunate. That's super unfortunate. I remember people looking at the Cavaliers and saying they weren't going to be particularly good. Those predictions aged like milk. I'm just going to take this hit because I'm going to Sentinel's Eyes this next turn. And then it'll have an extra toughness and can block this no problem. What's our best draw here? Like another champion, probably? That's probably great too, though. Mask would also be great. Yeah, they could very well have a land in hand. Like, they don't want to make tokens, right? I have Virulent Plague out. Was Verdant Gear Hulk super good? It saw play. I think Blue Gear Hulk was maybe the most playable of all those. I think all the Hulks saw play at different points. The red Hulk was probably the worst of that cycle. And even I registered that one in Legacy once or twice. Triggers. All right, I mean, we definitely wouldn't be winning this game without Plague out of the sideboard, right? So, like, you know, again, this feels like a good example of, hey, this is a problem. We thought about how do we fix the problem, and in this instance, splashing a color was the how do we fix the problem answer. There's no way we would have beaten these zombies without Plague. I guess if we had Lifelink, we might have been okay. I've registered White Hulk in Modern a few times. Various creature toolbox decks, it's okay. It was okay a few different times. Yeah, green and Blue Hulk saw a ton of play in Standard. Black Hulk saw play in the Delirium decks. I saw it play in Blue-White Control in Modern. I don't remember that. That's not an instance I remember. You think a reprint of the Echoes could be good for Historic? I think all those cards are fine. I think that could be a cool cycle to put into the format. I like that both blue and black Echoes kill zombie tokens. This hand's great. Yeah, but like 6 mana Chupacabra is like a big ask. It's a lot of mana. Well then, that was rude. We're just looking for things that'll let us draw cards with Season of Growth here. We'll look at their hand before we scry. They're a little bit off the Cavalier, but it's definitely the scariest thing there. Rawr, the old 10-point swing. Hey, thanks for the half a year disposable here. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Did you draw a removal spell? You did not. That's a phenomenal top card to have. So I assume that they're going to block and then pump here. And then I'll Blessing my Life's Bounty, which gives it indestructible because it's enchanted and an enchantment creature. And then this draws a card. Good beats, good beats. There's a little command there, Alaska Penguin. Do you have any questions? Feel free to ask. It is one of our stranger cultures around here. I'll give you that. Every channel has its quirks, though. So, I elected not to play this land here because they had the Fenlurker. Obviously, they get to take the land with it now, but if I don't leave that land in my hand and they don't play this, I could draw a spell and this could take a spell later. Where did you get those sleeves? Aren't they the reward for this week's at-home FNM? They are, and it's good to know, people. Oh, it gave them the extra land here too. So now they get to do this and then sack the lurker, kill this. So really hoping to draw a string of enchantments here. Trample Gem would be most ideal. No, I didn't get these from Wisdoms of the Coast. Someone that owns a game store gave them to me. Come on now, chat. I mean, yeah, that's why I got my Ikiora preview card coming in the mail. Oh, no! Oh, I forgot about the Plague Crafter. It was so long ago. Yikes. I guess they were gonna get to do that anyways, though, right? They were gonna get to just sack this. Yeah, my play's correct. Yeah, I did the right thing. Happy with my decisions. Weighing all the options, what I did was right. have nothing to agonize over, opponent. Just waiting on any creature now. Waiting on a creature. So they've got 4, 7, 10 mana, so they can give this +3/+3 and smack us. So this thing's a 5/5 every turn if they want it to be. Wonder if we'll see them sack it to gain 4, because if they sack it to gain 4, they can draw more cards. As they have castle in the sky over here. I think they're gonna eat it. Just eat it, eat it. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. I'm gonna hold on to the forest because they could put another Fendlurker into play, and I'd like to keep my spell in the event that they do that. Bonus deck is sweet. This format's got a lot of great stuff in it. All right, if we find a creature, put it towards Fall of the Thran? Yeah, I definitely can. Any color combination or any color preferences, or can I just pick my favorite? All right, I think that's probably dead. I think that puts us into garbage time here. Yeah, bonus deck is gasoline. Terravor's not really a playable card. Just spoilers. Terravor's not really a playable card. Can I just click submit here? I was gonna click submit. I don't really love any of my sideboard cards. Maybe I'm supposed to board in Calix as like some card advantage. Feel like our main deck is pretty reasonable here. Of course, Penumbra, we aim to please. No, if their Liliana reads +1 draw a card, we're probably not winning that game. Picking up another champion here was great. Just gonna go ahead and hold up Life's Bounty to protect it here. He says before he gets Ritual Ascended. Yikes. I'm gonna get Plague Craftered and died now. I'm gonna concede to a Plague Crafter. If they don't have Plague Crafter, Adanto Vanguard's pretty sticky. Nah, it's just go on the general Magic channel, good nuts. Unless you want to talk about it in the context of a specific format, and then go to that format's channel. Okie doke. Attack for 7. I got you, Coons. think we still don't have a 25k one. Yeah, I don't have one at 25k still. Need to figure that out. And we're dead. Peak magic, huh? Just need to fade 2 draws. Best possible card. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, their answers lined up really well into what we had going on between the ritual sets, the various edict effects. Definitely had good tools. Welcome to Hoaglandia, Kodama. Sure, missing a black source, kind of. Paradise Druid is basically that. Glimpse the unthinkable. Cop Flasser, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Let's get on this and see what they got. Dubs Kaya's Wrath. Well, shoot. They are currently missing black mana. Well, that's rude. Ooh. That was a really good draw. So now we just like sit tight and hold up our blessing.
If you wish to surrender now, you cannot see your folly. With thoughtfulness before action.
I mean, sexism and racism is still a very real part of the world we live in, Silence. Just usually it happens in ways that are more subtle than what you're currently describing. Yeah, Adanto making it so you randomly get priority a bunch feels bad. Who do I save, chat? Who do I save? Feels dead, man. Yeah, we're pretty dead. This one has felt bad, just like the straight green white build felt bad. Let's try and put in some more discard spells post board here, but so far this has not felt particularly promising. Maybe fix the field of the dead issue, but Rest of it's still been super rough. Yeah, the blue splash felt okay. I don't know. I feel like this archetype's just a hard sell in general when like Brazen Borrower and Teferi are cards that exist. Yeah, it kind of feels like it hits that spot that a lot of decks that just like aren't quite good enough hit, where it's like, well, this deck's not particularly linear, so it can't race people. It's also not particularly interactive, so it can't like keep itself from being raced down. I don't like using words like cute, and I'd encourage you to remove those from your Magic vocabulary as well, just because they're not helpful and they're not useful. When you describe a deck as cute, it's not actionable, and it doesn't describe why the deck is failing. It's the use of Magic jargon that like helps you feel smart for saying, hey, this deck's bad, but it's not helpful for pinpointing or making better decks or making even this deck better in the future. That description of this deck doesn't feel linear enough and doesn't feel interactive enough, that's specific, right? It's pointing out the details of what makes this deck maybe you could describe as cute. But it's more communicative. It helps people learn why the deck's not good, so they can look for those same things in decks that they want to work on. Thanks, son. I think I'm just passing here. I don't really want to play this out for +2/+2 and then like get this bounced by Teferi. Cute, robust, lean, agile. If you're talking about Magic, you could say metagame. This deck's not metagamey enough. That's actually a really good description, Gengar. The synergies these cards provide do not make up for the lack of individual power when they don't come together. Look at that. That's excellent, excellent feedback. I mean, the deck needs more velocity, chat. Why doesn't it have more velocity? Yeah, explain around build-arounds, how build-arounds work for spoil cards. Just like any other build-around for Space Herring. You just submit it and say, hey, will you build a deck around this card or combination of cards? And then you pay the money, and then it goes in the queue. And the day before I play that deck, at the latest, a lot of times I build them a couple days out, but sometimes it's the day before, I will build the deck around the requested condition. You do still need to put your request through the forum, because I don't accept all build-around requests. Some cards just aren't constructed playable. But especially when a new set just comes out, I'm usually pretty liberal with what I'll accept. A lot of things worth trying. Hard to predict the total power level without playing with things oftentimes. Build around, cute. So, like, your description there, Eternal Witness, I'd argue robust is kind of jargony. Like, it's not actionable, it's not specific. Like, I'd want to ask you, like, what does robust mean in the context of your statement? So I'm sacrificing that because it'll counter their Murderous Rider here. Although I guess that means they don't take 2. Maybe that's wrong. Goodbye, Felicia. Agonizing Remorse, feeling good there. Build around cute is just tribal cats. Yeah, I mean, if this is a brick, they're dead, right? We can kill them through that. Because Calix, when they protect it, it gets tapped. Tap it like it's hot. Tap it like it's hot. Do 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 do. I tapped that dream trawler so hard, chat. The multiverse provides me with fascinating new experiences. He reminds me of Doctor Strange, his voice lines. Is this like the Doctor Strange Planeswalker, chat? I feel like that might be the case. Oh, we can also alien for blue there. Yeah, we definitely could. Listen, cool APC, part of the reason why I do my songs is to help you identify people in your life. People that don't cringe at most of my songs, you should probably question why, if they're worth spending time with. Most of the things we sing here are cringeworthy. All of our colors of mana, but no threats. This is fine. I think I'm gonna be a little greedy and bottom the Paradise Druid here. I'm sure we're gonna draw a bunch of black cards we can't cast now that I did that, but I think I want to keep triple threat. But red, black, discard, and standard sounds good, Caper Lich. Get that bumped up after I'm done today. Not having a 2-drop feels bad, but yeah. So they'll plus this, they can then tempo my 3-drop the following turn. One Tail, thanks for the 2 months, I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and pass here, rather than give them something to bounce this turn. So that way, if they want to cantrip this Teferi, they have to do it without bouncing anything. I don't know, it's about the same, right? Yeah, maybe it. I've got time. Now they can draw 2 cards. I mean, they were always going to be able to do that, right, Greg? Like, they would just go down, then up, then down again over the course of a couple of turns. Yeah, could have been a Gator Veto here. We're probably dead from this point. I think I'm gonna call it a day on this one. I don't know if this is an archetype that I'm gonna revisit again, unless it gets some kind of big upgrade. This feels like a deck, an archetype where even though they printed Ancestral Mask into this format, it just doesn't do enough. I feel like the descriptors that we talked about in that last match are pretty accurate, just like not super linear, not super interactive, it's kind of slow out of the gates, into low individual power level on cards. Even the BAMP build, I think we just ran pretty good with that one, if I'm being honest. Like, the BAMP build doesn't really do anything super meaningfully better than this. It just, like, has lifelink. This one overall definitely felt like a miss to me. Yeah, it definitely just, like, dies to people bouncing and stuff, too. All right, I will be back tomorrow, and I think tomorrow we're going to do a little bit of... We're going to do a little bit of a longer set. Oh, tomorrow's standard Industry. Yes, we're gonna do like 3, 4, maybe even 5 historic decks tomorrow. So, at any rate, remember, if you want more stuff for myself, check out my website and my YouTube channel after I'm all done here today. Also, be sure to check out the Historic Open if you are a sub interested in playing in our first Toglandia Open on April 12th. It's free entry fee to everybody who's subscribed to the channel. Yeah, see you on Discord. I'm going to have one more ad on my way out the door, and catch them out. Everybody stay safe out there. As always, big shout out to all of our medical service providers out there, doctors, nurses, people keeping them equipped. We're, you know, things are kind of scary right now, and we wouldn't be as well off as we are without all of y'all. So, have a good day, folks.